Hey everyone, my name is Josh Herron. I'm the president and CEO of Ulista, and a good friend of mine, Tim Strait, he's the CIO of Chillista. We've worked together for the last few years. Ulista purchased StraightSys, and Tim was the owner of StraightSys and then joined our team. And recently, Tim had a life event, and that life event started developing a lot of questions in Tim, who started becoming pretty introspective, and he started writing more. And he recently wrote a book called The Nobility Trap. And this book has just recently been published. He gave me the chance to endorse the back, which I felt really honored to do because Tim has just been a good friend. And so I just want to commend Tim on the courage to write a book. Years ago, I started writing a blog. The blog's called L&D Mindset. It's on lndmindset.com. But for years, I wrote this blog and I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't post on LinkedIn. I didn't put it on Facebook. I didn't put it on Instagram. I really wrote it for my own benefit, to capture my own thoughts, to be introspective, to kind of walk through my challenges as a leader and just get them out there. But, you know, there was a level of insecurity with writing and putting all that out, what people are going to think of you, the critiques and criticism. So Tim took, that, and he took it one step further by publishing a book. And I just think that's courageous to do, especially when it's a topic as deep as the one he's tackling in the Nobility Trap itself. When I read a book, I typically want to feel something. I typically want to understand the author's commitment to the topic. Sometimes you can just feel authors really have a personal tie to what they're saying. They're introspective, they're deep about it. And so I think it should tell a good story, and you could capture the story. I think it should be provocative. I think books should be a challenge to you. They should force you to ask new questions. And even some books make you stop and pause to recalibrate what you're doing. And I think as a leader in business or a leader in any industry, anything you're doing, it's good to stop and pause and ask yourself, do you need to recalibrate? So Tim had a life event that forced him to recalibrate. And so he put that in a book, maybe that we don't have that life event, but that we then stop and pause to reflect and say, hey, I know that as a leader, I feel responsibility. I know that I have to sacrifice. There's times I have sacrificed so much time from my kids, their birthdays, their Christmas shows. I've sat numerous hours on airplanes. We've put in tons of hours. We absorb a ton of stress. We absorb a ton of pressure. And we feel like there's a responsibility to do it, and we feel like it's noble to do that. But I think Tim is just saying, hey, he puts right on the front of the book, most ambitious people believe they are sacrificing for their family. Tim asks the question, as we assign nobility to the things that we do, are we asking at what cost? And I think it's an important question to ask. I think it challenges you to ask the question. I think it's good to ask the question. I think this book forces you to slow down, recalibrate, be introspective, ask that tough question, and then, make your adjustments. So I think this is a great book. You can find it on Amazon. Tim is on LinkedIn, Tim Strait. Go find him on LinkedIn and connect to him. I hope you support him. Tim's one of those guys that has been a great sounding board for me. He's a source of wisdom. He's a source of truth, and those people are hard to find. And so I love the idea of supporting my friends, and just wanted to kind of step out of my comfort zone, get on video. I got a face for radio, and wanted to just come out here and support a friend of mine in Tim Strait, and I hope you do too. So thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time. I hope you buy the book. I hope you all are doing wonderful. Can't believe it's August already. All right, take care, guys.